Arts, and we are live. Hello, everyone. We are 8 minutes late, and it's all my fault, as obvious. Hello, Sally. Good evening. How are you, my dear?
I'm absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. How are you, sweetie?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Yes, I got a bit of a runny nose, so never mind if I need to blow my nose. I'm saying, guys,
Oh,
if we start to block my internet for some reason or something, let me know, and we'll change. We'll be all right. If not, we'll start again. As long as we don't stop. Don't you agree, Sally?
yeah, just keep going.
As long as we don't stop, just keep going. So, what did you been up to today? For example, what do you do in your daily life? You know, like you wake up, you do some readings, or you start with a meditation.
Oh, I was doing some readings today for people. I was also contemplating on some healing. So it sort of brought me to the crystal I'd like to talk about this week anyway. Well, going back to last week's, just so people can see it, that's what a Masonite looks like from last week. And that's the one that helps with electronics, etc. But this week I was bringing in citrine.
Hello, Anjay.
Which
Yeah,
this is an absolutely beautiful yellow and beautiful crystal. Now, citrine's linked with healing energies, and it also links with your heart chakra, because when we're doing healing of any type, we work from the heart, the purest part. And so I love this crystal. When I do laying of hands healing, which is how I work with healing, I always wear citrine tree of life around my neck. I have citrine earrings underneath here. And that's where I then sort of use those and utilize those crystals to focus the laying of hands healing as well. And it literally just amplifies it. And so, yes.
that's one of the reasons I buy the citrine. Yes. No, it's fine. I think there is a bit of an echo. I might grab my head. Yeah. Anyway, I was saying about it charges the other crystals around you. That's why you should always have a citrine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why you should always.
But not only can you use it to heal yourself, you can use it to energize your healing abilities. It's a major force. If you wear this and you also wear amethyst at the same time, because amethyst is about pure energy, the two together gives you more of a lift than the strongest coffee. It's amazing. The two against your skin, you are buzzing the whole day.
Oh my God, that's what we need.
Absolutely. So if I'm on a very busy schedule of readings, because it's a lot of energy, as you know, giving readings, I will wear both amethyst and citrine, and that's me. And I am absolutely on like a caffeine rush all day.
Oh my God, I never use those together, to be fair. I know about citrinas, but I never use them together, so I might give it a go. Yes.
You're totally wired for the whole day.
Any comments, by the way? Yeah, I'm already hyperactive. As you can see, I'm always talking. And I was going to say yes. And I don't know if you ever noticed, and I learned this with the man. It was him that explained me why I should wear the citrinas. If you put it against the sun, and if you keep it in your mouth, in your hand a little bit, it start to come like a storm. It looks like a storm inside. It start to go a bit red, but this only happen very often. It's not always that happen. Depending on the energy, if you are full of energy, it will happen. Only happened to me like 2 or 3 times. It's like it's a very rare phenomenon, but it can happen. So try on yours. Just try to hold it
I
when you are
will.
full of energy, and just hands, and you will see it looks like a storm, like a bit of a ray. It's
Oh, how
around, it's
beautiful.
red. It was so beautiful. It doesn't happen all the time. It's very rare. Hello, Deborah, darling. Please share for us and show us some love. And if there is any problem with the internet, hopefully it will be all right. And you know why it will be all right? Because Sally got her special Christmas gift.
Well, I hope I'm not freezing anyway. Yes.
No, you are right. It's just for guys. It's a bit of because of the software. If you are on my Summer Sparks on Sally's, please come to Black Cat so we can see your comments. All right, and so you can interact with us. We can answer your questions. So thank you for that. So what else were we talking about? We talked about neutrinos. Yes.
When doing readings, I'm always very cautious of using the term soulmate with people, because there are so many different types of soulmates, soul connections per se, that people could say, oh, this is the person I'm meant to be for the whole of my life, and actually no, this is a person that's come to teach you a lesson. And Summer, we've lost you, my darling. So I shall continue talking to people. Anyway, so we have got 12 different types of soul connections. And how do you recognize which one you're with, which is obviously of concern? And what is a soul connection? So I sort of looked into this and delved into this and came up with a little bit of an idea behind it. And it's going to take more than one show probably to discuss. So are there people you feel you are destined to meet, or people who make you feel at home whenever you're around them? Those same people might occasionally drive you nuts or even contribute to your most transformational wounds. These are people with whom you have a strong soul connection, or what we often refer to as soulmates, but that is very much a loose term, I want to say with that. Summer, hello, darling.
Yeah, you lost me for a second, but good thing you carry on.
So what is a soul connection? So a soul connection is when two people feel they are linked on a soul level in a significant or extraordinary way. It's the sense that your link transcends the earth plane, transcending the practical details of your relationship, like being co-workers or lovers, and that something much more brought you together or is at play. You might feel you have known each other in a past life, or that your souls agreed before this life to meet up now. When I hear someone use the word soulmate, it often seems to connote exclusivity. Tess Whitehurst, spiritual teacher and best-selling author, tells MBG. Whitehurst, who has been in a romantic relationship with the same partner for 20 years, feels that the opposite is true. We, in fact, have many soulmates. And as we're all part of a common humanity or spiritual consciousness, we're actually all linked on a soul level. So how do you recognize a soulmate? So splitting it down to the different types, you can have the first type I sort of come across is soul partners. And so this is your lifetime partner, somebody that would be termed as your soul mate. and basically you might have agreed to be best friends, in-laws, raise children together, or open a business together. A soul partnership isn't necessarily somebody that you're going to be married to the rest of your life, but this is someone that's going to be involved for your whole life. So it's very difficult when someone says, oh, this is my soulmate. People assume it's the love terminology, and it's not. It simply is really just about a soul agreement that the two of you will be intertwined in life together.
Yeah, I imagine that most of the souls, especially because you got 12 here, and most of them at the end of the day, they don't turn up like get married. They just meant to be.
Just meant
it's
to be.
It's like a friendship. Some friendships they meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But carry on. Yes.
And some people, they like my aunt, she never married, she never met a true love, so to speak. But she had a very close best friend all her life, and you could see they were soul connected. Both women were straight and liked men, but there was a huge connection between them.
Oh yes. So what did happen? So did they felt that they weren't meant to be married? They're supposed to be just like best friends? That's what you mean?
Yes. And so this is kind of like a soul contract you've made with them before you come down to this life.
Yeah. So it can be like a soul brother in this case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So soul brother.
I call it soul partners. You are partners in a respect. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a really different type of, you can have all sorts come into your life this time round. You can have someone that is just a soul tie, and they literally just briefly come into your life for a specific reason. So they've been you've been tied to crossing paths at that point in time for that specific reason. And again, that's part of the contract of our life lessons that we're here for. And so that also is somebody that will draw you, and you like a moth to the flame, and you won't quite realize why, but that had to happen at that precise moment in time for both of you, for your life journey and life path this time round. So there's all sorts.
It makes very sense.
You can come across someone that's a past life soulmate. So they've been a soulmate in a previous life, but this time round, they're not meant to be your soulmate, but there's an inexplicable sexual attraction as a result. And, that sometimes, they're just this time round.
I'm listening.
This time round, they're not meant to be part of, in a romantic situation with you. We have so many links like this.
Do you believe it's because they've been like together in other lives, but in this one they didn't mean to be together?
No, exactly. This time the agreement was that they would only literally briefly meet. But there's an absolute it's such a hard situation, that because you have an intensity between you that you just can't explain. And yes.
Oh yes, yeah.
It can be one of those, okay, it was a one night stand, extremely passionate, and you had to do that in order not to go there again. So it can be very stuff.
Maybe sometimes because there is something there, and you feel that maybe this is the one, and then you realize that even though there is that connection into there, because you always argue or something.
You have that connection for a brief moment, and then you realize actually that you don't suit each other's lives now, and so it's not something that's going to go forward. And so that's when people can get really hung up on it. And they can say, why don't they want me? And but you know, they know how I feel, and they said they felt the same, and they get all this confusion comes into it. Well, actually, it means yes, there was that intensity, but no, it's not meant to go on for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So it's when you actually come with your let me just see, your soulmate. I think it's maybe not the soulmate, you know, the one that you actually call the soulmate. By the way, let me just mention something,
but they have
because Siobhan mentioned about, sorry, say that again.
They have been a soulmate in your past life.
Is it the, yes, but I mean, the one that you actually stays is the romantic soulmate.
Oh, absolutely. The past life soulmate was romance, but 2,000 years ago, maybe.
I know. I think there is no romance in 2020. By the way, you know, sorry to interrupt, guys. Please share for us because sharing is caring. Interact, comment with us. If you are on my Summer Sparks or in Sally's page, come to Black Cat so we can see your comments. Also, sometimes it takes a few seconds for me and Sally to be together in the conversation. It's from the software, so just our apologies, but stay with us because this is very interesting. We're talking about soulmates. And
Siobhan,
everyone wants to know.
Hello, Siobhan. Welcome. I'm glad you're back.
So, yes. I know.
We're all happy tonight. Yes. So yes, it is interesting. I mean, so I've just we've just sort of touched on the first 3 of 12 there, and it's just such a vast variety out there. You know, somebody says to me, "Have I met my twin flame?" I say, "Yes, but a twin flame."
It's crazy because people don't even
that it's not necessarily.
People don't imagine there is, well, yeah.
And I find a twin flame, if you think about it, a flame burns. This is going to be an intense moment, but you kind of come out of it hurt. Burns. This is going to be an.
Hi, Harvey. Nice to see you. Yes.
Yeah.
So hello, we are talking about the twin flames. Okay. So twin flame, Sally.
Yeah.
Hello, Anthony. Hello. Nice to see you, darling. And we were talking about, you were talking about twin flames, and I believe that the twin flames is the biggest one that people are not sure what is it.
Well, first off, I think if you look at the word,
you know
flame,
what I mean.
Yes, look at the word flame. 2 things. One, it's hot and will burn you. And the second is it illuminates.
It's one
and it brings light. It will enlighten you as to what is not right for you. And it can really burn and hurt.
I believe that the twin flame, it's in a way, it's really not meant to be, but you feel that you want to be close to that person, but you're always arguing. And it's maybe the one that we're talking about, the one night stand too, because there is like that chemistry between. There is like, it's like a magnet. They need to be together, but when they are together, they are arguing. I believe that's how you can relate with the twin flame. I don't know if you agree with me.
Absolutely agree. And it has the potential to help you achieve more enlightenment about what is good for your soul and what is wrong for your soul.
That's true. Because you believe that it's someone that got lots in common with you, but then you start to see their flaws and their faults, and you realize that I don't want to be like that.
No,
so you can learn.
What it will do is you'll bring out the worst in each other, and so you'll see the worst of you, and you'll learn from it and say, I don't want to be like that.
exactly. That's why I love it. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Did you met your twin flame then?
I was married. I was married to my twin flame for 16 years.
Oh
um,
my god!
it
It
left
took
me.
you 16 years to
No, no,
realize.
it's because we had children and
Yeah, I
whatever.
understand.
But I can honestly say, how will I put it? It left me very scarred. So
Uh,
yeah,
Now, if you look back, because you know what is a twin flame, you know it brings the worst on you and you want to get the better. That's how we get to our divine and that's how we ascend. It might
yes.
be a help in a way because it will change you as a person. It'll make you a
Well,
better person.
this was one of the lessons Spirit sent me because all along, my twin flame didn't like spiritual stuff, didn't like me doing readings, didn't like any of that side of things. And I knew deep down that's what I was meant to be doing. And I stopped doing it for a while because of being with him. And it was a harsh lesson that you should always be true to your own self.
Yes. But you know what? Now you hear you are an amazing person. You're showing what you got.
Yes.
All right, so let's carry on. Should we do a few reads in between? Because I'm sure, because we love this conversation and lots of people
Absolutely.
still got lots of doubts.
Oh,
We can do a
gosh.
few readings if anyone.
I was going to say, let's do some readings. There's loads of topics there we can discuss, and it doesn't have to all be tonight.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you can do just a few, and then we can carry on talking about. It was like a bit of a trending thing. The twin flames. It suddenly appeared, and everyone was talking about it. And now no one is talking about it anymore.
No,
After
and also
the
coronavirus,
no.
The other expression that I really people should be wary of is mirror souls, because you are reflecting yourself back on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have this one here? Way the mirror souls.
No, I don't know if that's in the let me find it. Sorry. No, it's not.
No, it's not here. I understand what.
That's number 13. Sorry, I need to add it. There are 13 types of soulmates.
We still got a long way to go till 13. I will do MJ
reflection. So it's you reversed. So it reflects back everything that you don't like about yourself. It reflects back everything that you do like about yourself. But it's very emotionally up and down as a result.
Okay. So basically, it's like everything you got in common and that kind of things. And I believe that doesn't work because there isn't a balance. You need a balance in a relationship.
You're either up there really, really happy or down there feeling so depressed. It's unbelievable with a mirror soul.
Oh, that's horrible. And it doesn't mean that if you are married, when we say a relationship, it can be. I think it's my internet. Sometimes it breaks a bit. It can be like a friendship. It can be with brothers and sisters. When we say relationship, it can be any kind of relationship. It doesn't mean to be a couple.
I see mirror souls as people that are toxic to your life.
All right, fair enough. Yes, I will do MJ's reading first. Is that okay? And you can do Harvey, because Harvey, I think, long time I don't see Harvey. He's been avoiding our lives, or what's going on? I know I didn't been on too long, so I'll do MJ. All right, I will use my tarot card. Or do you want to do like last time? We'll take a card, each one. Which one would you like to do?
you do a card for MJ and I'll do a card for MJ, so we can both do each person.
That's good. We'll take a card. She's asking, when will I meet my next soulmate, twin flame? I think that's a question. I don't know. What do you think about that question,
MJ,
Sally? It's
MJ,
quite a strong question.
Yeah, MJ, we meet soul connections, soulmates on every single avenue of every single day. Anybody that we bump into and have a conversation with that leaves us with an important impression is a soul connection, a soulmate. So I could say to you, yes, you're going to meet a soulmate tomorrow. That does not mean it's going to be a love connection. And that's what we're discussing tonight. So if you want to talk about love, I get the number 6 over it for you. So that will be within the next 6 months that there will be a new love interest in your life.
So you did your reading already?
Sorry, done that. I did it quickly. Sorry.
That's good. You know what? Because I actually that's the funny thing. I got the card of the partnership.
There you go.
There would be a partnership in her life.
Yes.
But if she doesn't have already someone in her life, you're going to have someone soon. And I feel that is someone that it can be a great thing, something big. So so it's quite good. It's not going to be one night stand.
Oh no,
like we were talking before.
No, proper love connection. And the number 6 over. My number 6 can be 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. So at the most is 6 months. Yeah.
Because the one that I got, it tells me is going to be very soon too. So I wouldn't say 6 days, but I would say maybe 6 weeks, maybe. Yeah. So I will agree with you in that. I believe it's going to be soon. It's already out there, just waiting to come in life. So good luck and let us know how it goes, MJ.
Oh, MJ,
guys, carry on sharing for us.
Sorry, MJ, I have got a vision of him. He is about 6'2", dark hair, and has a very nice smile.
Oh, wow, that's so cute. That's very tall. I hope you are tall, MJ, or you need to buy some heels.
Oh, lots of heels, yes.
Well, Sean is saying that we got a lovely connection.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Yes. We are breaking up a bit. I'm sorry. Guys, I hope that doesn't put you off. Yeah. I'm on my 3rd floor in my studio. I even bought the internet just for these, and sometimes it gets a bit weird. I don't know about you, but I live near the sea, and sometimes the wind is so strong that makes the internet connection. So we work with what we got. And also, don't forget, everyone, it's too much energy. So sometimes the energy, that's why Sally is using her special bracelet, because I ask her to use her special, because with all this energy, sometimes the spirit interferes with the frequencies and makes the internet to break, which is so weird. Okay, so RV wants a reading too. So I'll take a card and you can take a card too.
Okay.
Sally, she's a Harvey Kuntz. Never seen it before. You know what? Let me just share with you. Harvey been with me since I've been in this journey. That's the funny thing. You was the first person and always been here with me since this journey. Since I started to do these lives when I had my office, but I didn't have any experience in doing lives and that kind of things. And thank you for still being here. All right, Harvey. By the way, Harvey, it's your connection, because Deborah, it's good. Okay, Harvey Guns. I'm going to start to call him Harvey Guns. So I don't know if I got because of my cold. If Harvey, I'm not picking anything on you today. It's I'm joking. Oh, all right. Just for Harvey. Do you want me to go first, Sally?
Yep, yep.
Okay, so you got the card of the moon. I'm actually starting to pick some stuff for you, as obvious, Harvey. Some things are not what they meant. They actually the guides are saying some things they are not what they meant to be, or they don't look what you want them to be. So basically, they are. This is just like they want you to be aware of some things around you. They're actually not what they look to be. If you understand what I'm trying to say, it's like keep an eye. There is something that maybe a friend, maybe someone close to you. They are not what you see. They seem to be. So keep an eye, all right? It's like I feel that the guides they are also saying that sleep with one eye open and another closed, all right? So one eye closed and another open, all right, Harvey. I hope you can listen what we said.
I have a few cards for Harvey as well.
You got it. You what? Sorry.
I have a few cards for Harvey as
You always
well.
call. Yeah.
Okay. Harvey, they're saying regarding the situation that Summer has drawn you to, that communication is key. You really do need to start communicating your needs to this person and taking control almost. I have a card coming regarding communication and also one called the card the cow. And the cow is about asking and receiving and nourishing your own needs. So you need to start speaking your truth to people. Harvey, I also have partnership in your life, and I'm coming to the love partnership more than anything as well. And this person is very loyal, sincere, and will gives their love to you unconditionally, and will make you feel the king of your own destiny again. How sweet is that?
Ah, that's so cute.
Oh, I know.
So this card that I took, it's maybe someone related or around him. The card
Yes.
of the moon, someone that they are not. Maybe it's like they are trying to warn you about a friendship or a partner in work. A colleague.
Yes.
So yeah, so just keep an eye because I did this card.
Yeah, and as soon as you're aware of them, communicate to them that you know what's going on and nip it in the bud. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So so you tell them my gypsy friend.
Yes, we'll come sort.
And that's
we'll
really cute, about
I said, we'll come sort them out, Harvey.
Oh yeah, you tell them. All right, so Deborah Smith is next. Deborah, dear Deborah, how are you today? I hope you're feeling all right.
Hello, Deborah.
Okay, let me see what comes up for Deborah. Do Sally, when I start to want to develop my gift, they said I shouldn't cross my legs or arms, but that's how I feel all right when I'm working. You know what I mean? That's so weird. So I imagine that it might block my energies a bit, but I feel okay with it. You know what I mean? So I think you need to work the way you feel.
I don't know. Some people,
all right with it.
If you think about it, with your legs crossed, you're in your yoga position, which is about centering. So there's nothing wrong with crossed legs, I don't think.
Yes, yes. They say the energy doesn't flow. I mean, it flows around you because you are with your legs crossed. Maybe
Oh,
the spirit energy doesn't come as much, but it was just a comment that I felt the need to say. Okay, let's do Deborah Smith, and then we talk about
pleasure, Harvey.
we can talk about another soul people. Sean, I know you there, probably very quiet. If you want a card, let us know.
Would you like
He
me to
likes
go?
to watch,
Would you
Sean. He
like
likes.
Would you like me to go first with Deborah?
Yes, go on. Sorry, because I was talking, and I didn't pull any card.
That's okay. I'll pull the cards. Right. Okay.
Go on.
Oh, right. I needed to pull three here. Deborah, you've got to start trusting in your own instincts more, my darling. Whatever situation's around you right now, do not doubt yourself. You are 100% right. The deer comes in to
Can you
remind
see?
you, my darling, that you are such a sweet and gentle person. Oh, there we go. Beautiful
Exactly
card.
exactly what you just said. This is the card that means what you just said. That's a funny thing. It's what I pull for you. Carry on.
Absolutely. You are the deer. You use your gentleness and you use your diplomacy. You keep going though. A deer might be gentle, but they're very strong. And you keep going. And then we have the joy card as your outcome. Trust in your instincts. Do not doubt yourself. You're 100% right. Whatever's going on around you right now, you're the only one that can sort it.
Exactly, Sally. That's the funny thing is, the cards that it's exactly that what you just said. Trust your instinct. This is the card about trust your instincts and that you are right. And when you meet that person and you feel good with her, it feels right. But if there is something saying that she's not right, this is an example. It's because it's
yeah.
not right.
And if someone is saying she's not right, it's because they're trying to almost gaslight, bully her. So she needs to stick to her guns and say, well, no, I know I'm right. I'm not silly.
Oh yes, no. What I mean is like when you feel like gut and you got your that there is something wrong about that person, just stick with it because it's your gut instinct and you are very sensitive. You got like it's like a little gift you got like a gift that maybe you are developing more, Deborah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should start to see develop a bit more that gift that you got.
Absolutely. And trust in her
I'm
own
a bit
instinct. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a bit echoey. Would you like to talk just about another soulmate, for
Okay.
example?
Okay, then.
While I'm going to grab some phone.
Okay. So I'm going to come to what people traditionally see as a soulmate. So I'm going to come to the romantic soulmate here. Obviously, there is that soul connection, for people in life, not necessarily every life, and sometimes a love connection is family as well as your actual partner. So I've given thousands of intuitive readings to clients all over the world. There are a few things I have come to know on this. One is that we enter a significant romantic relationship or fall in love. There's a possibility we'll partner with this person. What's not only possible, but definite is that we are being given the opportunity to heal and learn and grow because of the relationship. So it is how would I put it? It's a warm feeling with a loved person. So if there's any doubt or any jarring within the first 3 months, they are not going to be your romantic soulmate. A romantic soulmate is someone that makes you feel completely safe and cocooned and warm from second one. So
are you talking past?
Sorry,
You're talking about the past Can you hear me?
No, I'm talking about romantic soulmate.
Other romantic.
So
All right. Okay.
yes, so I thought I'd come to that the big one first.
No, that's
Everybody
interesting. Yeah.
assumes, but so an ideal partner, a person that is a romantic soulmate, from second one you are feeling that connection, that yin and yang, that completely you complete each other. You are almost opposites attracting here, because you complete each other in your differences, but you make each other feel safe and warm from second one. So I'm not saying you don't row. Everybody's human. There will be arguments. But when two souls enter a romantic relationship, they're entering a classroom together, and they're coming for the betterment of each other, to teach each other and to learn from each other and move forward in a beautiful way through their lives. So a very good friend of mine, coming away from the spiritual side of it for a second, a very good friend of mine said, when you first meet somebody romantically, in the first 12 weeks of dating, it should all be butterflies and excitement. There shouldn't be any doubt. It should be, wow, I'm seeing this person again. This is great. And if in that 12 weeks there's one little niggle, one little doubt, it's not your soulmate. It's not the person for you. Walk away. And it is so sensible to listen to yourself, but we don't. The problem is we go, oh, but that's okay. Yes. I can deal with that. But you can't.
You know what? It's not just about even being romantic soulmate. Sorry, that one sense, because it happened with so many relationships when in the beginning they're already hiding stuff from each other. They already have doubts, and I say for so many people, for so many of my clients, if this is already like this in the beginning, imagine after. You know what's going to happen next. So people should keep an eye, but they are starved, and this happens so often.
And we all strive to want to be with somebody, and that's the problem. Instead of just connecting with ourselves and being happy in ourself, we're trying to achieve something that's not there with somebody else.
I know, and then people are losing time with that person when they could just be looking for something better. And that's one of the things that annoys me. But we can do nothing, because the heart wants what the heart wants, and the heart is blind, they say. But this is something.
I'm single, and I now run a strict rule that if in the first 12 weeks there is anything that makes me go, oh, I don't know, I end it.
You see, you should follow this rule of the 12 weeks. Maybe you should do like a little, how can I say, not report, but maybe like an article about the rule of 12 weeks. That's a good idea.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
But that's not a psychic thing. That we know, if that person has said something we disagree with, really disagree with. I'm not talking about small things, but something that we could not live with. As their opinion, then it's not going to work, because they have every right to have that opinion.
Yes, of course, and everyone got their own opinions. And if it's a small thing, imagine if you meet someone and they don't know you are a psychic, and they in the beginning they are a bit, this is a bit weird. But if they try to understand, if they try to understand, that means that it's all right. They try to understand. They try to see my side of the story.
Absolutely. But if they turn around and say it's hocus pocus, I don't believe in any of it, what's the point?
You are a witch.
Yes.
And they are like,
you should be burnt at the stake.
That's a European, honestly, because I'm from Portugal, and that's very European. I'm glad I'm in England.
My great uncle did our family tree and went back to Scotland, and one of my ancestors was burnt as a witch.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
I imagine in my family too. Probably, one of these days you're going to find out which one. That's quite funny. It's so funny, honestly. But that's another story for another day. We were talking about ancestors again.
Yeah. Now, so I want to come to this. I want to come to a lot of people talk about their soul family, as in we have come from a same group of people in spirit, our soul family. I see it. I want to sort of change the name a bit, because I see it that when we're in spirit, we are at school and we are all learning. We're a classroom full of souls. And so that's our soul family. And that classroom will all have the same 5 teachers, who we call our angels, our guides, our whatever. There are 5 teachers at the end of the day. So we all agree who we're going to be to each other in the next life.
Sally.
Mm.
Sorry. It's just because I find that very interesting, and I never heard anyone else talking about the 5. You know, the 5s that we spoke last week. That's something that you would like to, you could talk a bit more into it, because you told me there are 5. So there are 5 angels too.
It's the same thing. I want to say that is the same thing. Our guides are our angels. That I want to say, because of different beliefs and different religions, they have different labels.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
that's true.
So exactly the same. So I want to sort of wipe that clean first and say it's all the same thing. That's why I use the word teachers now instead of guides or angels, because then it incorporates everything. And I want to almost say also, whatever religion you are, the person that's in charge is the head teacher. So whether that's God, Allah, which means God anyway, whatever your Buddha, whatever your beliefs are, it is our head teacher, the person that is in charge. And I almost want to say they then have, there's the head teacher, and then he'll have his board of directors that are underneath him, that are all helping him, and then our teachers underneath that. So there are levels. There are definite levels. But our soul family come from the same soul group, the same classroom. And we will come across these people within our lives. And the really easy way of knowing who they are is you'll talk about who your teacher, guide, angel is, and they'll have the same one. And you go, there they are.
Fair enough. Yes. I hope you all getting that.
Sorry, the dogs are deciding to go mad. Stop it.
You could see me doing like some faces. I was trying to understand what is that noise. I was like,
yeah,
that's a bit weird. It's your dogs. I'm glad it's your dogs.
It's my dogs. They're playing. Yeah. They decide when I'm on lives. That's when they're going to go, ha ha ha, she's not watching us, we can be silly. So
it's the only time, probably. Yes. What else were we talking about now?
But that's where we get the term soul family from, is our group that have come down, and we say, right, this time I'm going to be your mum, this time I'm going to be your sister, your father, your brother, whatever. And we come down, or I'm going to be your school friend. And you'll come across these people through your life, and they are integral to, because they're learning the same lessons as you at the same time, but from their aspect.
Yeah,
so there's
just
a different
understand.
aspect. Yeah.
Yes.
we
let me just ask you another thing, because do you believe that the spirits can see each other? Then can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, spirits can see each other.
Hear
yes,
me or not?
Yes, I can hear you. The spirits do.
Yes, because this is a
do
question
hear
that
us. Definitely.
is it yours or it's mine? I'll take my headphone.
Hello.
Let's try without my headphone.
You
Can you
are.
hear me?
You are. You are freezing a little bit, my darling.
Am I? Because my internet seems all right. Okay.
Okay.
So,
It's just a little bit jiggery.
is it all right?
But I would honestly say, like, it's when you
Okay.
come to the, it can be like a family line, like a pattern of addiction and abuse or disease and things like that come in. But all of those I see as life lessons. So we've all decided, right, okay, we're going to come down, and there's going to be this genetic issue with us this time as a family, so we can all have the same thing and all discover what that feels like together. There can almost be like that. And also addiction, smokers tend to come from parents who smoked and that type of thing. It could just be an experience of that as well. So it's very strange, these connections. But that's soul families, really.
Oh, yes. It's very interesting because my best friend, and she used to do the program with me. We stopped doing it because I've been working on Sundays. When we used to have Sundays with Summer and Jade, and we both Scorpios, but we got so many in common. It's ridiculous. It's like it's so weird, the connection we got. Yes. So Shibon is asking, do all spirits like each other?
No. They're people. They're people. So they're going to have people they like and people they don't like. It is exactly like Earth in that respect. However, there is a telepathy. So therefore, there's a bigger understanding.
Yes, and that's why they work there. That's why it was cool upstairs. And because they can also see the dark souls, the dark spirits. That's maybe the ones that they don't like much. And maybe when they don't like each other, they try to understand each other because God will be telling them off. You need to like each other.
They instinctively intuitively know each other's emotional state, and they know each other's thoughts, so that there is a greater understanding and a better empathy than there would be on Earth.
They keep their distance, she said.
Yes, they keep their distance.
Yes, and that's why sometimes. But one of the things that I'm like, okay, so when we die, when our body dies, our spirit goes to heaven. Let's call it heaven. They're going to school to learn, but most of the spirits, they still stay with the same personality. Some people, they are stubborn and they still don't want to see. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this because I'm a medium like yourself. Yes. And when they come to me, and I feel that they still didn't learn their lesson.
Well, one thing,
you know what I mean? They still didn't learn their lesson.
Some, not many, some. Because on passing, of course, we can then, as spirit, we can then see the knock-on effects, ripple effects of our behavior. So we can see what we've done to others. We realize what we've done to them. So that's where I think word maybe hell comes in, because if we've been terrible people and really made a situation that is totally 100% awful for other people, we will have that grief to deal with, that realization of what we've done. So we put ourselves in a state of hell. But I then want to say others in spirit then will work with us come to an understanding of what we've done. And we do have to come back and make recompense, whether it's through coming to a medium like ourselves and saying sorry to that person that sat there. You know, things need to be said. They have to say sorry and they have to show remorse.
Oh yes, yes. I had, and this was a time that I still didn't receive the message the way I received them now. And I was working with a lady, and she made my life miserable, and she died. And I could feel, because I could see her around me, but I couldn't receive the message the way I do now, because this was many many years ago. And
Yes.
my cousin, with medium, she incorporated that lady, and she said, I can't go away, I can't go to the light, because I need to come and say I'm sorry for everything that I put you through. Now
Yeah.
she's very, yes. Hello Luna, hello Lynette, any message for me? I don't know, do you have any message for Lynette? Hi
I
Luna,
do, but
thanks for coming.
I do
We'll
for
see.
Lynette. I want to come to Lynette because it's not a card I'm going to. There's a gentleman stood by her that's in spirit. I want to say, Lynette, this gentleman would have passed in his 60s. And he has such a lot of warmth for you, my darling, such a lot of pride and joy in what you're doing in your life right now, that he just wants to put his arms around you and say, well done. And so I want to say this is more a grandfather figure. I want to say more on your mother's side of the family here, my darling. But there is such love for you there. He said the day you were born, you made him proud.
Oh, can you see the beer? Because I feel that he's got a beer.
Yes.
Can
And
you see?
I'm just getting a sense of fuzzier hair, a little bit grey, comes round the cheek. Yes.
I can see the beer, but I also feel a bit dizzy. Lynette, I feel that he died from maybe or mental illness. I feel that he was very confused when he died, because I feel he was losing his balance too. Maybe he had a lot of falls. That's what I'm getting to. Lynette, I don't know if you can connect, but please let us know. I feel that he did fall a lot. He was losing his balance, and that was to do with his mental illness. And it's like there was something in his brain that wasn't connecting anymore. I'm trying to find the word. So let me know if you understand.
I want to say it was a mass in his brain, like a tumor. There was a lot of pain in his head from it.
And it make it dizzy, and he would lose balance too. Can you feel it too? Yes. So that's interesting.
But he's not dizzy now. He's dancing.
Yeah, it was dementia. Yes, mental. Yeah. So yes, he's dancing. That's cute. Sorry, I'm just communicating with him. You know what, Lynette? I feel that he's trying to help others where he is. You know, the school that we've been talking. He learned his lesson, and he's helping others, because I feel that there is like a big energy around him, darling. There is like a big energy. He likes to help others. Sometimes he comes to help you when you are. I'm not going. I wasn't going to use the word depressed, but that's the word that he came to. We were depressed. Maybe sometimes depressed, it's a very strong word. He's just feeling a bit down, but this is the word that he gave to me. But I feel that there is this light around him, and he helped others, not just you. Also, you've been helping other people in your family too, because I feel there is like a connection in your family. Where you got the same genetics, and you got like the same. Sorry, go on.
Also, I'd like to say from him, yes, he very much has. He was an old soul when he was here, so he has transcended. Yeah. He will go on to teach now.
Yes, yeah, really, really, really a good energy. Yeah, it's these kind of energies that we like to receive, because we feel that we can learn a lot from them too.
Yes.
So thank you for your presence. So just take his love. Do you have any sister? Because he's talking about a sister. Maybe it's his sister. I don't know if you can hear Sally.
It's his sister.
It's like he's talking about that. He's also very proud of her. I believe it's her because he also mentioned a brother. Sorry, he's like no. He's very. Okay, all right. But there is one. I don't know. It's the youngest one or the one in the middle, and he say that he's very proud of her. There is something that she achieved, maybe not too long ago, and he's saying that he is very proud. So I believe that this is what you want to say. Sorry, Sally. Carry on. Yeah.
No, absolutely. But it's specific that his pride is with Lynette the most right now.
Ah, we shouldn't say that. They love all of them.
Don't tell the others. So, yes.
That is proud of everyone.
Yes.
and tell them that he's in a very good place. He's amazing. I believe that he was a teacher too. You know, he had always something to give to people, always something to teach to people. You know, always something to say when he was alive, and now that's what he does. So just take the love of the spirit and lots of love. You were his favorite.
Oh, there you go. So yes.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
we had someone else.
The one last thing he has to say, the day Lynette was born, he knew she was special.
Oh, is she the oldest one?
I don't know. He knew there was a connection between him and her on a soul level, you know.
Okay, but I didn't. Welcome, darling. I need to. We need to cut this connection. As obvious, we need to move on. But I did heard something about the brother. I don't know if it was a little brother that died, but I did heard something about the brother. But anyway, so just take his love and lots of love for you too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Nikita.
Nikita, yeah.
Past lives.
With past lives, Nikita, it's a very simple process for you to get an experience of what you used to be. By simply, if you, in your mind's eye, put like a timeline above your head going backwards, and put today's date, the 17th of September 2020, above your head like a banner in your mind's eye. And then when you roll that banner back and you took it to a different date, say, okay, I want to go to the 17th of September 1950, 70 years ago, please. Go back in the timeline with your mind's eye when you are meditating. Go to that date, drop down from that date. If you don't see anything, go to a different date. It just means you weren't around on that date. But if you start seeing things, look at what's around you. Look down at what you're wearing specifically, because that will tell you what you were and who you were, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, all that side of things. Because if you see a queen, it means you weren't the queen. You're being able to see her. You need to look down at what you were wearing. And it gives you a taste, and then you can get a sense of that life, how you died, what age you were. Ask all these questions, and it really is very interesting. But always remember to come back to the up to the timeline and back to today's date, and then ground yourself. But it's a very good thing to do with some nice meditative music.
Yeah. But make sure that you ground yourself. Yes.
Absolutely grounding.
You
Yes,
know
it's
what?
so important because we're flying in time. We're going, whoa, time machine here. So
That's crazy. And my mom, she's crazy about cowboys. She always talking about cowboys. She always so I bet she was a cowboy in a cowboy in her past life.
yes. Well, I mean, the
Anyway,
best way for you to find out about your past lives is to do that with when you've got a little space just to yourself and time. Make sure no one else is around, so you're just quietly meditating, and just take yourself back in time and go, okay, was I around on that date? What was I? Write some dates down and and just go back in time to those dates. And with your mind's eye, you will get a feel at least of what you were. And if you do it with some friends in the same room at the same time and say, we're all going to go back to that date, I'll guarantee you that at least two of you will see exactly the same thing.
yes, and the timeline is very fascinating. It's similar with the string theory and all those theories that people try to know, and the scientists don't believe in psychics, but at the end of the day, we are all connected because they're all studying frequency and energy, and they don't believe we are connected, but at the end of the day, we are. Anyway, just to finish our life, do you have anything to say? I did like always. This time we always learning, and we had really nice message.
Well, I think next time
today and nice people.
Next week we can pick up on the rest of the types of soulmates and discuss it more. So if people would like to send in some questions regarding that beforehand, would be great. And then we can obviously
any topics that you would like you guys to talk. What was I asking before? You remember I was talking about something before, and about the number 5. Maybe something small, because something that you like to talk about number 5. Why is it 5 of everything, basically?
And how weird when we go back to originally about school, there were 5 basic subjects that were taught. So it all links that we have the number 5. So with teaching, it's not my spiritual number. My spiritual number is 3. So where would I get this 5 from? It comes from your guides, angels, whatever you want to call them. We are all born with the first one that stays with us our whole life. They are the nurturing mother of us. We then have our second guide come into our lives around our teenage and early 20s, really just sort of coming in and guiding us through becoming an adult. We then have our third guide come in as we get into whether we're going to get married, whether we're going to be a parent, all that side of things, choices for our adult life. And we have our fourth guide come in, normally in our 40s to 50s, really and truly as the person to say, yes, I'm where I want to be in my life and I'm comfortable with it. And our fifth guide is the person that is the one that crosses.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're the one that waits for us when we pass.
Because we, as a human being, we compare that as maturity. Sometimes we say, oh, in our 30s, we think in a way, and then in our 40s, it's another way. When we are young, we just teenagers, we got a different mentality. But it's also part of spirituality. It's all combined. And the funny thing is about the star signs and about astrology. They actually got, do you know that the star signs got 3 phases? It's actually not 5 in terms of star signs, 3 phases, which is very interesting. We can talk about that another day.
Absolutely.
what Nikita says. I'll try. Okay, Nikita, we need to go now. But what about, come back next Thursday at 8 p.m. Because we are doing Thursdays at 8 p.m. and we can do you a reading and go and try. I don't know, Sally, do you think it would be all right for her to do that on her own? Maybe because she don't have much experience. Should she try with someone that got a bit
Um,
more experience?
I would say definitely try and have someone with you, my darling, to come back
Yes.
and ground
That
with properly.
can help to ground
Yes,
you, yeah, and bring you
yeah.
back to so at least the beginning, yeah. All
And
right, my
always
love.
have a glass of water. To drink afterwards will ground you.
Yes, yes. I always got 2 glass of waters. One to all the energies around me to go inside of that glass of water.
Yes.
You can put some salt. We can put some salt. And the other one to drink after because we do lose lots of energy and we lose. We need to go because to finish the program. Please come back
Okay.
on next Thursday. We can talk about it,
Yeah.
which always asking. How? Sorry, I'm trying to. How do we know if we have guides? Everyone got guides.
You're
So
born with them.
even if you're your guardian angel, darling, ask. You
Yes.
know what? Let me just tell you something. Before I go, just tell you something, guys. Don't forget to ask. And this message was for me once. Someone told me this was many years ago. Your guardian angel cries because you never ask for him. You never ask him stuff. You never
Oh.
thank him. And then that's when I realized someone told me that, and I realize, and you know what? Every time I ask him something, he does it. He helps me, and we forget how powerful our guardian angel is. Sometimes we call
Mm,
our guides, but never forget that your guardian angel, it's always by your side. All right. So lots
yeah.
of love and light, and have a lovely, lovely week. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Sally. I hope you enjoy it,
Oh, it was lovely. Thank you,
and it
Summer.
was amazing to have you. Bye bye. Good night. Bye,
Oh,
everyone. See you
bye
next
bye.
Thursday.
Bye bye.
Oh,
Say
Monkey's
bye bye.
there. My cat is there.
Ah,
Bye
it's the little dog.
bye.
Bye bye. It's the little